Hi, thanks for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to take a look at a case study. It's a $400 million multifamily raise. If you've watched my previous videos, you know I help clients with investor databases, and this is a key one that I'm actually using with a client who's currently in the process of raising capital for their real estate fund. So it really focuses on how I drill it down from my 29,000 institutional investors database to look at one class, a multifamily mandate. We start off with about 28, 29,000, all firms in the database, and I get it down to about 2,900 qualified investors. These are what I would call campaign ready. 88% of them in my database have a qualified firms with named senior contacts. 86% of the firms have a working email on file and 3 property tiers. So again, confirmed fund investors are around 6,800. Strategy fits across the board, work out to about 3,800. Right investor type 3,500. All matches. Basically, multifamily geography is really the aim here, and the final refinements for the client is around 2,900. Okay, here's the dashboard for this particular raise, and the idea again here is to look for the right investors in my institutional grade database for a $400 million multifamily raise. Again, we started around 29,000 institutional investors. Now the problem is in most cases, for example, my basic real estate database, and if I were to take everybody out of that institutional grade database, real estate is always the most popular sector. And in this particular case, I've got about 13,600 that carry some type of real estate exposure in that database. And again, it's a global database, institutional grade, updated as of about middle of the last year. So the wrong strategy would be just to include opportunistic and distressed capital when this is a completely different asset class. 2, wrong investor type. So banks and government agencies aren't the LP checks a multifamily equity raise is built on. Really what we're looking at here is the key parties. We don't want to go out to all the database. Wrong geography, so we're stripping out anything that doesn't want to look at US. We're not trying to be opportunistic. We're trying to be more laser focused in this particular case. And 4th, the wrong size. So a sovereign wealth fund and a boutique family office don't belong in the same outreach batch. So number 2, the method. So basically I used 5 filters on this. We started out with, again, 28,000. Confirmed private fund investor, not a direct buyer, would be about 6,800. Strategy that fits the Class A Core Plus is 3,800. Right, investor type allocators only, we got that down to about 3,500. And then whatever matched the US multifamily was 2,900. So obviously, if this was a group that didn't really necessarily care about who they go out with, we could bang it out to the entire 13,000. But again, we're looking at really refined targeting, and that's why we came down to around 29,000. I'm going to show you the Excel spreadsheet coming up a little bit later on this. So again, 3rd, the output, we've got about 2,900 real people to contact. 88% of them had a senior contact. Generally, the database does have a number of contacts per firm, but in this particular case, we really want to look at CIOs, heads, director of real estate portfolio managers, MD partners, president, CEOs. So we're going after the top tier. 86% of the firms on file have a working email, and I also clean the database using a premium email cleaner every 3-4 months on these because people do change positions. And we also have 3 priority tiers ranked by active intent and check size capacity. So really looking at the highest ranked title available per firm as well in this case. Now let's take a look at the deliverable. So what actually lands on the spreadsheet. Again, I'm going to show that coming up just a little bit later. So we're looking at the tier 1 active near term down here on the left hand corner type. We've got private pension fixed northeast US assets under management. This is just a sample of 42 million. Real estate allocation strategy. So this is basically what we tend to look at. And then over here in family offices, we're looking at either multi or single. We get their website, phone numbers, email score. Again, I clean all the emails, so we're looking at really the top deliverable that you're going to get, and because this is eventually going to be turned over to the client. I provide this service for a number of my clients, and this isn't just a database. You can find all kinds of people that provide databases. Very few of them do an institutional poll like this. So again, the full picture here, number 5, the 4 tabs you're going to see unique firms, name contacts, 4 tabs, again, the targets. Tier 1, 8%. That means those 8% those are the ones that if you didn't go to anybody but them. Tier 2, 50%, Tier 3, 32%, and family offices make up about 10%. So the takeaway is precision beats volume. A tighter, correctly screened list outperforms a bigger generic one every time. Every filter traces back to the mandate itself, strategy, geography, investor type, size. And the goal isn't a smaller list, it's the smallest list that still covers every fit. Now, this is how a $400 million multifamily race starts, with the right lists. Okay, now let's take a look at the Excel spreadsheet. So this is the final report and the database that I would provide for this client. Full disclosure, this is a particular raise that I'm helping an institutional grade client out with right now in the United States. Again, $400 million real estate raise. So the source databases I use, again, 28,000 firms. I've also added 333 unique family offices. That's on another database that I have. My screening criteria direct from the client. They have to be investing in private real estate. Strategy preferences have to be core or core plus. They have to match the mandate. Geographic has to be North America. Capital allocators, so pensions, insurance, foundations, family offices, sovereign wealth funds, asset managers, wealth managers, fund of funds, and I've excluded the ones that really shouldn't be in here that are part of the database. And then I look at the results of Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3. You're going to take a look at those coming up. Family offices, again, I've added 333 of my own in addition to the ones that were on the database in the first place. All the emails have been 100% clean, and I look at a score of about 96.5, so they're verified deliverable. So Tier 1, these are the ones that are active in near term. Again, the database was updated about mid-2025. You've got about 260 of those, which are prime targets. You've got the firm name, the type, and again, most of these are going to be in the US. Assets under management in many cases, target allocation strategy, preferences. You can see here there's core plus and distressed opportunistic. There's a lot of good sector screening in that case. And most of all, are they interested in advertising in the next 12 months? That usually doesn't change. That may as well have said 24 months. Most institutional groups do not change their allocation that often, and real estate is almost always in. You've got the contact names, their title, and their contact email, and the phone number as well as the website. Then I go to the Tier 2. These are the larger institutional groups. You've got about 164 of them. Same thing on the spreadsheet going all across. And then I've got the qualified baseline. I scroll down to the bottom. So this is the total that would be part of the you've got about 1,025 of those. And then you also have the family offices. So if I were to take that, scroll down to the bottom, you can see here we have, including the ones that I've supplied, we've got about 570 contacts to reach out to, and again, all 100% clean. So that represents the type of database that I would be providing for this client with the $400 million raise. Thank you for watching. For more information on my exclusive databases and investor fundraising services, contact DubaiInvestorsList.com. That's DubaiInvestorsList.com. Please like, share, and subscribe.